the world famous Universal Studios tour. Make some noise! Oh, there they are. They're the party people. It's the party tram. Hi, everybody. My name is Regina. I'll be your tour guide. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. I'll be your tour guide for today. Now, before we leave, you do need a pair of 3D glasses in order to enjoy today's ride. If you do not have a pair of 3D glasses, now is the time to raise your hand in the air and wave it like you just need a pair of 3D glasses. One of my studio tour ambassadors will get a pair of 3D glasses out to you. If you're currently wearing your 3D glasses, ooh, you look so fly, but please pop them onto your head, on your neck, in your lap. Give your eyes a bit of a rest. You don't need to wear them quite yet. The world is already multidimensional for you. If you have any small children whose feet do not touch the floor of the tram, slide them into the center of the aisle away from those gates for their safety. Once again, if their cute little feet don't touch the floor of the tram, slide them into the center of the aisle away from those gates for their safety. I see all of my gates are currently closed, so we are celebrating a number of things out here. We're celebrating the hula days! Yay! And we're also celebrating the fact that we're leaving! Wave goodbye to everybody at the station. Bye, paparazzi. Take a picture, it'll last you longer. For those of you just joining the frame, my name is Regina. I'll be your tour guide today. Everybody say hi, Regina. Yes, my hair is big, it's full of secrets. Driving this tram is one of the very best in the West. That's Reese. Everybody say hi, Reese. Reese says hello. Of course, no show's complete without the man, the myth, the legend. You might know him from The Tonight Show. Why, that's Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hi there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guy.
Regina.
And the greatest driver.
Reese.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Regina.
owes me $5.
Wait, what?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's why we do have a few safety rules to go over. First, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or if you have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, please remain seated, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property. If any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull that red cord and remain seated, remain seated. Please, no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, fire effects, and many water effects, so you may get wet. There are also sudden tram movements during the tour, so secure your personal belongings and hold on. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you're on board. If you are a fan of Fast and the Furious, look over to the left side of the tram. That roller coaster is for you. That is Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift, opening its doors in 2026. Yeah! Over to the right side of the tram, you're seeing the Universal timeline, posters of movies that put Universal Studios on the map. And welcome, my friends, to Universal City. That's right, we are a city. One of the things that we have that makes us a city, we have our very own fire station. That's Fire Station 51 to the right side of the tram. Make some noise! Yeah! Fire Station 51. Looking so pretty. Oh, you're out here. Happy holidays. Yay, Fire Station 51. Oh my goodness, our heroes out here at Universal City. Now, I've been asked, Regina, like, is that an actor? Is that a movie set? No, that's an actual fire station full of firemen working hard every day to keep us safe here at Universal City. Other things that we have that make us a city, we have our own postal code. And one of the most cityest of city things that we have that makes us a city, we have many, many Starbucks. We've arrived. We're a city. Now, on the left side of the tram, you're seeing the very first soundstage built for Universal Studios. It was built in the year 1928 for the 1929 musical Broadway. You're seeing how massive soundstages have to be to fit these large sets on the inside. Those walls are about 98% soundproof with several layers of insulation, keeping all of the filming sound on the inside, all this noise we're making out here on the outside. You're also seeing how massive those doors have to be. And they're actually called elephant doors. The reason they're named elephant doors, back during the golden age of Hollywood, the doors had to be large enough for an elephant to fit through. That's the name, elephant door. Now, these sound stages you see to the left side of the tram, they're the filming home for hacks. starring Emmy Award-winning actresses Jean Smart and Hannah Einbinder. That's an HBO Max and a Universal Television production, streaming on Peacock. It's amazing. Also, that's the filming home. It was the filming home for Superstore, starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. It's also been the filming home for Bel Air for a number of years. They're in their fourth and final season. Very lucky to have had that cast and crew on this lot, starring Jabari Banks and Ollie Sholatin. Now, we just made a right turn onto Jimmy Stewart Avenue. Every street here at Universal Studios is named after a prolific filmmaker with a long-standing career with Universal, and Jimmy Stewart of It's a Wonderful Life is one of them. Now, on the left side of the tram, you are seeing a bunch of honey wagons as well as our production vehicles that shuttle all the sound equipment, lights, cameras, sets, costumes from soundstage to soundstage. And they're manned by the most important people on any set. That's your hardworking Hollywood crew. Now, your crew members are the first people to set, and they are the last people to leave. So on the count of three, I want to hear a big old cheer for Hollywood's hardworking crew members. 1, 2, 3. Yay! We love the crew on this tram. We love the crew on this tram. If you're a crew member who can hear this microphone, thank you for the endless hours you devote to this art form. None of these TV shows or movies could exist without you. We are so incredibly thankful. We love an IATSE moment. So NBC Universal is a television production company that's brought you 86 years of exquisite television programming. I'm talking Coach, Martin, All in the Family, The Jeffersons, just to name a few. One of our newest shows that we have on the lot is a little show called The Paper, starring Donald Gleason, brought to you by the creators of The Office. So if you love The Office, you'll most likely love The Paper. Hi, Studio Tour.
We're here on the lot where we film The Paper, which follows our characters' day-to-day lives as employees of a struggling newspaper, the Toledo Truth Teller.
That's right. Unlike many other TV shows, The Paper uses multiple cameras and a variety of shot types and movements to give our show a true documentary feel.
Because the camera is always around whenever we're on the set. It's important that we stay in character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Oscar, what's your favorite part of working on the lot?
I wasn't expecting you to ask me that question. You know what? I love
you wait
being
for
around
family to see 'em.
wonderful, hilarious people. I also get to work with Chelsea Fry. How about you, Chelsea? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love waving to the trams.
Oh. Okay. You can probably stop waving now.
No, it's fine. Let's try.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's try. It's great.
On the left side of the tram, you're seeing our bungalows. Those bungalows were put there for some of Hollywood's most famous stars, Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Jimmy Stewart. They were the dressing rooms for those contract players. Now they're home to very famous production offices and very fancy Hollywood producers. And in fact, on the left side of the tram, we will be passing Mark Platt's Platt Productions. That's the same team that brought you Legally Blonde, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Wicked Part 1, and they've also brought you Wicked for Good, starring Tony Award winner Cynthia Erivo and Grammy Award winning singer Ariana Grande. If you have not seen it yet, please do.
It's just that one room the whole time.
Put a touching display.
Yes.
Can I scare you?
I'm a public figure now. People expect me to fly. Be encouraging.
Are you crazy?
Please, where'd you get that?
You can also purchase it on your TV for a package at home, and then you'll have also an hour of behind-the-scenes content as well as sing-along. I love it. You'll love it. Enjoy yourself. Get it if you can. On the left side of the tram, you are seeing the filming home for many a live audience show. That's been the filming home for America's Got Talent, Jennifer Lopez's A World of Dance, and the final season of Will and Grace starring Megan Mullally and Deborah Messing. As you can see from the signs on the side of the building, as well as, actually no, not from the parking spaces, usually they're out there. It's currently the filming home for St. Denis Medical, brought to you by creators Eric Legend and Justin Spitzer. Justin Spitzer is the same creative mind behind Superstore, starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. If you love that show, you'll most likely love St. Denis Medical. Here is a little clip from one of my new favorite shows.
Welcome to St. Denis Medical Center.
St. Denis Regional Medical.
I have access to some really good stuff, and I will hook you up.
Yeah.
No, man. That was a test.
Like the Avengers, you know?
We're not supposed to have favorite creations, but we do.
I almost don't want them to get better.
Pale, kind of blotchy.
It's the other one.
Oh my god, that's much worse. Wow.
Now the bungalows that are actually to the left of us, that if you, my goodness, let me find my words. It used to be the office for Alfred Hitchcock, Bungalow 5195. Yes, Hitchcock had his office here on the lot. Oh, nice. Now, it's currently the filming home for the De Laurentiis Company, same genre, a horror production company. What's a fun fact about the inside of that bungalow? The carpet is blood red, so whenever they have someone visiting them, they can walk the red carpet here in Hollywood. Now over to the right side of the tram, you're seeing the Johnny Carson building. The Johnny Carson building is the home for many an audition. So many of your favorite stars have had to audition for many of the roles, of course, that they have filmed in TV and in movies. They go through several different phases. They'll have a self-taping where they submit, and then they actually do have to show up for something called a chemistry read if it's a romantic film, and then they'll read with someone else on camera. Look them up on YouTube. So much fun. One of my favorite auditions is Rachel McAdams' audition for The Notebook, reading opposite of Ryan Gosling to see that they have chemistry together. Over to the left side of the tram, you are seeing our Metropolitan sets area. Universal Studios has everything you need to make a major metropolitan city, a theatrical district, a financial district, cafes, restaurants. To let you know that we're in the Metropolitan sets area, they have created that mural that you're seeing to the left side of the tram. And to tell you more about it is our co-host, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! Yeah, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
So you'll get a really great shot of New York Street once we pull up the hill. It'll be on the left side of the tram. Now, New York Street is one of the most popular filming locations here at Universal Studios. That's the filming home for American Ninja Warrior, the semifinals. They set up the obstacle course all up and down New York Street, hang lighting instruments from the 50-foot facades. The ninjas will start filming at midnight and then wrap at 6 in the morning, and that filming schedule is no joke. New York Street is also the filming location for many a Marvel TV show. I'm talking Agent Carter, and many a Marvel movie. In fact, we've had 3 different Spider-Men in our Metropolitan sets area, specifically New York Street. The very first Spider-Man, Mr. Tobey Maguire, could be found in front of our Lyric Theater. The second, Mr. Andrew Garfield, web-slinging all over New York Street to the left side of the tram. And the third was not Tom Holland, but was Neil Patrick Harris, who voiced the animated series of The Amazing Spider-Man and filmed the role of Dr. Horrible and Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog right there on New York Street. Now, here to tell you about the very first animation you'll be experiencing is director Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me watch Korean movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was
Hi, cartoon.
9 years old.
I like your pink hoodie. You look so good. Hi. Hi, cartoon.
I like films that just take you away from your...
Hi, Carrefour. It's a party at Carrefour, yeah. Raise that roof.
You're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It was great to have you along arrive. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience that you have to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
As we make our ascent into Skull Island, a couple of reminders: please remain seated, holding on to your belongings. It gets very, very bumpy out here on Skull Island. There are no concrete roads, only jungle. So hold on to those valuables, kids. Also, no flash photography. I repeat, no flash photography. If any of the dinosaurs on Skull Island sees the flash from your cameras and your cell phones, it makes them angry, and you will not like them when they are angry. Yikes.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We are just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film, and this is another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
It's that time, my friends. Slide on those 3D glasses, because adventure awaits you. Welcome to Skull Island. Feel free to sign off your 3D glasses, adventurers. Slide on your sunglasses, protect those eyes, and wipe that experience from your faces. The screens we're looking at were 40 feet tall by 180 feet wide. That experience is brought to you by the team at Weta FX. Weta FX is the same team responsible for bringing you the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Avatar, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. As of March 12, 2023, they won 7 Academy Awards.
With the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts. Because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're really creating about 50 minutes of a picture film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
So in the front car, I got really excited because our front row just got really excited about hearing Shang-Chi, and it's because they have a dog named Shang-Chi. Yay, Shang-Chi! Shang-Chi is everywhere. Amazing. So we've officially taken you into the back lot, my dears. The majority of the feature films that you see from Universal are indeed filmed here in the back lot. On the right side of the tram, you are seeing the monster mural welcoming you here to the back lot. That is an homage to some of the monster movies that made Universal Studios famous. The creator of this brilliant piece of art, Mr. Tristan Eaton, and believe it or not, he free-handed that using spray paint. Right? No stencil.
Rise again.
Now for my fans of The Voice, over to the left side of the tram are Soundstages 30 and 31. Yes, we are indeed the filming home for The Voice. Next to it, Soundstages 32 and 33. That is a filming home for a show called Happy's Place, starring Reba McEntire.
Hey there, I'm Reba McEntire, and welcome to Happy's Place. We shoot our heartfelt comedy right here on Universal Live. Now, unlike most TV shows, we are a multi-camera sitcom, meaning several cameras capture every scene from a different angle all at the same time. Each episode takes about a week to make, from the first read-through of the script to rehearsals to taping in front of a live studio audience. And let me tell you, every step is a blast. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you at Happy's Place. I'm starting to sweat. The man wants is supposed to ask the women out. That hasn't been true for 30 years. I haven't dated in 30 years.
Happy's Place, Friday on NBC and Peacock.
Now the body of water you're looking at over to the left side of the tram, that's the Hollywood Ocean, also known as Park Lake. I know what you're thinking, you're like, ocean? Regina, that's a pond. What are you talking about? How you use that water, you place a boat in that water, get close-up shots of the stars of your production, married to something called B-roll of some exotic location, and you get this scene from The Creature from the Black Lagoon. That is what we call a monster movie. The man responsible, James Whale. He directed Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and The Invisible Man. Oh, and if you look over to the right side of the tram, you'll see The Invisible Man. I made you look. All those movies were indeed filmed here in Little Europe, my dears. But you'll know Little Europe more recently as The Good Place.
You are a show star. I'm dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Little Europe was also the filming location for many a fairy tale. One of those fairy tales was Disney's Cinderella, starring Brandy, Whitney Houston, and Disney's first Filipino-American prince, Paolo Montalban. And I'm Filipino, so I celebrate Paolo every day. Yeah! Well done, my friend. This is also the Kingdom of Genovia. In The Princess Diaries, too, the royal engagement starring Anne Hathaway. This is where they filmed the parade scene where Anne Hathaway stops the parade and invites a very young Abigail Breslin to become an unofficial princess for the day. Little Europe was also the filming location for Universal Studios' first Best Picture Oscar winner, All Quiet on the Western Front in the year 1930. But I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for all of those monster movies.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy,
Hunchback of Notre Dame,
The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera.
classic films are just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bolt. It's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film.
I was just mesmerized by these movies.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
Regina, what's your favorite monster movie? Why, it's Frankenstein, and the role of Frankenstein was originally offered to this guy right here.
I am Dracula.
That is Bela Lugosi. Now, Bela Lugosi did such a beautiful job playing Dracula that James Whale asked if he would audition for the role of Frankenstein. Now, Bela Lugosi was a classically trained actor asked to read the script before he accepts the role. He reads the script and he goes, wait a second. I would have no lines in this movie. I would just grr and arg. You could get any extra to film this role, and that's what James Whale did. He hired a Universal Studios extra. That extra's name was Boris Karloff, making him one of the most famous monster movie makers of all time. Now it would take about 2 hours for him to get into hair and makeup, and then it would take him, 10 to 12 hours in a day for filming, and then another 2 hours for him to get out of hair and makeup, making that a 16-hour filming day until filming was completed. No joke. So from a Good Place fans, over to the left side of the trim, you're seeing the Yogurt building, where William Jackson Harper, Darcy Carden, and Kristen Bell did indeed film the scene you just saw from The Good Place. Also on the left side of the tram, you're seeing the railway station where the gang takes the train from The Good Place to the Medium and the Bad Place. And then over to the right side of the tram, you are seeing the Court of Miracles, named after the Hunchback of Notre Dame, because that was another monster movie that was filmed out here in Little Europe. As you know, Universal Studios is no stranger to the creature that goes bump in the night. So we've had many Academy Award winner out here. As you know, we did film the original first Best Picture Oscar winner, All Quiet on the Western Front, here at Little Europe. Also, another Academy Award winner that filmed out here at Universal Studios, Alfred Hitchcock.
Lou said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum.
Very exciting, just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office.
Hitchcock has influenced every director.
I saw Hitchcock once, walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respect him. He really understood fear and terror.
The Birds? That was a really scary movie.
The Birds? Oh, man. That had me looking at crows like for the next 10 years.
Psycho, of course.
Vertigo was one of the all-time great masterpieces. Hitchcock was master. I'm bad. I'm not bad, no. I'm rotten.
My knight in shining armor. Don't you forget it. I will have poetry in my life. And adventure.
I'm great with people. I have kids. Learned a lot right there.
You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view.
Keep him good. Keep him good.
Own way.
And I say, we have got to give them hope!
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
I wonder what you are...
One of my favorite parts about giving this tour is seeing all the little cutie babies on this tram. Like, for instance, car 4 in the front row, I got little red and black flannel baby. That's adorable. Also seeing these two little red hoodie babies in car 4 in the back. Oh, look at you. Look at all that tram family, little tramily. I have one of my favorite people on this tram, Jeremy on car 3. Hi, Jeremy. Everybody say hi, Jeremy. Jeremy has taken the studio tour. How many times would you say you've taken the studio tour? Just like use your hands for me. I'm gonna try to do math. Is that 55? 55 times! Amazing, and you're here today, so thankful to see you. Now, this trailer is blocking the view of Denver House. Denver House to the left side of the tram. Now, the Denver House was created for Hallmark's Home and Family. It's something called a practical set. Anytime you can film both interior shots as well as exterior shots on a location, that makes that set practical. It was created for Hallmark's Home and Family. But one of my most exciting favorite shows that was filmed on there was Baking It. And the reason why I love it so much, the host of Baking It was Maya Rudolph. So Maya Rudolph was right inside Denver House. Now we're going to take you into Soundstage 50, everybody, so please remain seated, holding on to your belongings. And welcome to this hot set. What is a hot set? It's where they're currently filming. Luckily for us, they're on a hiatus because of the holiday season. Over to the left side of the tram, you are seeing your call board. What is a call board? That's where you get all of your filming information for the day. So your call time, that is when you start your day. Call time for this production, 6 a.m. Gross. Also on the call board is your project title. It's Ticket Machine Heist. That's something called an alias. That's not the actual name of this project. Everybody hold on. which released in 1974. Experience is 35 years old, looking good. It closed its doors 2 years ago so that they could bring all of the sets and props inside Soundstage 50 to the 21st century. Reopened its doors for the 60th anniversary of the studio tour last year. So anytime you have a natural disaster movie or episode of a TV show, you need a set like that one so that you could have that happen, that earthquake happen multiple times in a day, marry all of that footage together, and then add computer-generated imaging of more water and shakiness to the shot, and then you have an episode of Bones starring David Boreanaz. Now we're going to take you to one of my favorite places here on the lot. It is a little place called Amity Island, where the people of Amity are rejoicing because there is no more shark in that water. They've hung it up for you to see, smiling for your cameras. So please take pictures. He loves it, and please remain seated. Out here, it's a little thing called a tram wave. How that works is you'll remain seated at all times. But when I call the number of your car, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're going to throw your arms up in the air and make this sound. Woo! Here we go. Car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4. Oh, it's like that, car 4? Oh, you want to make this a competition? Car 4? Everyone louder. Car 1, car 2, car 3, right, give yourselves a little patty on the back of you Academy Award winners for that performance. And just for that, we're taking you to Old Mexico for a weather presentation. Now, say we needed it to rain, and I needed it to rain at a very specific time for filming purposes. You would need to take a beautiful set like Old Mexico and then layer all of those weather elements on top of it, designed by a great design team, and then also manned by a brilliant technical team. Now, if you look around you, you'll see we have thunder. Thunder is coming from speakers in around this set. The lightning, that's coming from strobe effects being placed on top of these buildings and being turned on by a very talented technician. You have the rain. The rain is coming from something very expensive, very fancy. They're called sprinklers. Yeah, they shoot the water straight up into the air. Gravity naturally brings it back down. Gotta love science. Now you can speed up the speed and velocity of that water for more intense or scary scene. Soften it, slow it down for a more romantic scene. But we made the three of these components together, the thunder from the speakers, the lightning from the strobe effects, and the rain from the sprinklers. You've just created the perfect setting for your world famous flash flood. Old Mexico is also the filming location for one of my favorite movies, Nacho Libre! Nacho, starring Jack Black, as well as The Three Amigos, starring Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. My Little Buttercup has the sweetest smile. Now, as we've been a very sad adios to Old Mexico, we're going to bid a very fond howdy to 6 Points. 6 Points was the filming location for Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Only one practical set out here to the left side of the trim, the Opera House. Beautiful mahogany staircase, absolutely beautiful flooring inside there. Everything else that you're seeing is something called a facade. It's basically the fronts and sides of a building. We only built with a camera, we'll see, and you as the audience film the rest with your imagination. But if you look through any of the windows, you basically see a wall, because there's no fully realized set on the inside. We've also had many a famous Western star out here. Robert Redford, Clint Eastwood, Jimmy Stewart. But this one will always be one of my favorites.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I heard this where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot here.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while we get here today?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Or you can count on it, Fallon. Now get.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to drop it out, that's all.
So we're currently at our halfway mark to the end of the tour. Halfway mark to the end of the tour. So just a reminder, if you have an emergency, pull that red cord to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you, but do remain seated on the tram. Remain seated on the tram. Now we're currently on Steven Spielberg Drive. We'll be passing Amity Island. Here to tell you about creating the Jaws experience for you is director of Jaws, Steven Spielberg.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
Now, with so little footage of the working shark, Steven Spielberg had a brilliant idea. He said, why not film from the shark's vantage point? That would gain us more useful footage. Then he did something even smarter. He hired on Verna Fields to be the editor for Jaws. She spliced it, diced it, put it all together again, making Jaws the very first summer blockbuster of all time. Shortly after that, Verna won the Academy Award for Best Editing of a Feature Production. And then shortly after that, Verna was named VP of Feature Production here at Universal Studios, making her one of the most powerful women in Hollywood. Yes, Verna, we love to see it, Mama. Now look around you, my dears. You're going to see a lot of trees, dirt, and grass. Welcome to a filming location known as Wilderness Road. Wilderness Road was the filming location for Netflix's Bird Box, starring Sandra Bullock, as well as an episode of 911 starring the amazingly talented Angela Bassett. In that episode, they had an overturned limousine, making that something called a picture car. Anytime you see a car in a TV show or a movie, it's called a picture car. Get your cameras on already, because you're about to meet some world-famous picture cars. Let's set the mood with a little music, shall we? Greeting us on the left side of the tram is one of the original glamour trams from the 1964 tour. Next to it, we have a gyrosphere from Jurassic World. Next to that, Dr. John Hammond's Jeep 29 from Jurassic Park. Over to the right side of the tram, look, it's Biff's car from Back to the Future 2. Hey! Also, we have a piano truck from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, starring George Clooney. And then if you're a fan of the Weasley family, yes, we do have their Anglia from Harry Potter, The Chamber of Secrets. Unlike Ron, we asked for permission from Warner Brothers. They were kind enough to lend us the Weasley family car. Rounding us out here is Bumblebee from the Transformers films. One of my favorite picture cars, though, is Marion Crane's pink car from the very scary movie, Psycho. Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, starring Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates. Norman, having just learned that his mother has murdered Marion Crane, has come down here to dispose of the body. Oh, Norman, the blood, the blood. Wait a second, can you see us? This isn't a part of the tour. Norman, remember, you wouldn't harm a fly. You wouldn't harm a fly! Luckily for us, we're driving you up this path, this psychopath. Closer to the psycho house where Mother's upstairs waiting to wave hello to you. Hey, Ma, you're looking good, girl. The Botox is working. Now for Psychos 1 and 2, it was just a facade. Then for Psychos 3, 4, and 5, they added the remaining walls. Speaking of nightmares, taking us from one nightmare into another. This is over 100 tons of debris you're looking at. An actual 747 shipped out here from the Mojave Desert and then disassembled out here for the filming of Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
The airplane crash is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision of Steven.
You sit down and talk about quality. Well, that thought was the 747 goes down right in a big area. Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep participating. Listen, now listen. I'm going to close your eyes, okay? Stand close.
Bobby, get in. Get in.
Universal Studios has been lucky enough to work with many and an award-winning filmmaker, from Alfred Hitchcock to Steven Spielberg, and now Mr. Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele has created not one, not two, but 3 different movies for Universal Studios. Get Out, Us, and Nope. Here to tell you more about it is the star of Nope, Keke Palmer.
What's up, Studio Tour? I'm Keke Palmer from Jordan Peele's film, Nope. What's a bad miracle? Well, you'll have to see our movie to answer that one. Until then, I hope you enjoy your visit to Jupiter's Clay.
Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
Yeah. No.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Backlot experience, built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world
of no.
So Jordan Peele is a huge fan of the studio tour, wanted to give Jupiter's Claim exclusively to this experience. So on the day it opened its doors, he was out here with his cast, Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Steven Yeun, and Brenda Perea, welcoming the audience in. But the coolest part of that tram history is on the same day it made its premiere. Here's part of the studio tour. It made its premiere in theaters for its theatrical release, and that's the only movie set you've seen today that's done that. Over to the right side of the tram, one of our most popular filming locations. As you can see, it is packed to the brim with a lot of vehicles and set pieces out there. Welcome, my friends, to Falls Lake. That blue screen you're looking at, that's one of the largest blue screens in the world. That giant pit, well, you can fill it up with water. That takes about 2.7 million gallons of water and 3 days to fill. And welcome to the set of Sully, starring Tom Hanks.
Evacuate.
Other Academy Award winners out at Falls Lake. Christopher Nolan, having filmed both. If this is a medical emergency, pull my E-cord again. I'll be back to assist you.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
So we're almost there to the exit, my dears.
What are you on here?
Alright guys, let's do some blues riff and beat. Watch me for the
As you saw, Steven Spielberg has a very special relationship with Universal Studios. Universal has been lucky enough to bring hundreds and thousands of TV shows and movies to your hearts and your homes, are hoping for another 100 years to do so. We're a part of a large filmmaking family here in Los Angeles. As you can see from the right side of the tram, look over there, that's the lookout. The blue and gray buildings, we were just down there, that's Universal Studios. Behind it, Warner Brothers Studios, behind that Disney Animation Studios. And that, my friends, in the San Fernando Valley. So the chances of one of your favorite movies being filmed out there is highly likely. So thank you for spending your day here with us at Universal Studios Hollywood. Do yourselves a favor, download the Universal Studios Hollywood app. There you'll find lots of useful information, including showtimes for Waterworld, a live SeaWorld spectacular. If you love fire, water, and amazing stunts, please go see this show. It's the best show on the lot. Also on that app, you'll get a lot of mobile food ordering done and wait times, as well as check the park closing time. Now we do have a guest that does need to use the restroom. So if you can absolutely let car 2 through so that they can make it to the restroom that's at the bottom of the escalators at the end of this path, we would be much appreciate that. Return your 3D glasses to those blue bins, drink your water, be kind to each other, and have a very happy holiday season. As we say in the business, that's a wrap. Thank you. Bye.